One Piece chapter 1132 is here, and we are finally back from Oda's 2-week break, and apparently his health is all good, which is all I need to hear. Before we hop into the video though, if you got some time, please consider subscribing and let's hop into the chapter. So the chapter starts with the rest of the Straw Hats that are with Dory and Broggy arriving on Elbaf, and they do this by riding on a rainbow, which is crazy enough, but then Dory and Broggy mention that riding on a rainbow is just normal for them, and that is basically an everyday occurrence. And that just shows how wild and fantastical Elbaf actually is. Like, I gotta imagine if you just a normal civilian and visited Elbaf, it would just be like you on shrooms the entire time, which we gonna talk about later in the video, believe it or not. But we do have another cool moment where Bonnie and Robin are sitting together while riding the rainbow, looking down at how amazing it is. And I really like this scene because Bonnie's whole life has been trying to escape a racist spider demon's clutches, and she finally gets to have her peace. And I might be looking into this a little too much, but I also think Oda has Robin taking care of Bonnie because Robin's life was very similar to Bonnie's. Running from the government, having no parents at like 10, never really getting her own childhood. It's also kind of why I think Oda chose to give Robin her bangs back, because Robin is finally happy enough to live the childhood she never got. Enough of my yapping though, because we cut over to Luffy, who is heading towards Upper Elbaf with Gerd and Humpty Dumpty. And after finding Luffy, Humpty Dumpty questions Luffy about what he was doing near Loki's castle. And this man Luffy folded under zero pressure, bro. I swear this man do not know how to lie. Like, just look at this man's face right now. He didn't even make a face this astonished when Ace got turned into a donut. But Luffy and the Giants go to find the other Straw Hats who are being chased down by Road, the one giant who captured them. And this dude is weird, bro. Oda for real made Elbaf have its own Epstein and gave him the average Smash player's haircut. Like, that is just crazy. Thankfully, Gerd clubs him in the back of the head with a battle axe, and to be honest, I don't know how this man's alive after this, but I'ma just call it another one of Elbaf's wonders. Moving on though, Usopp and Luffy reunite and get all hyped up because they finally get to explore Elbaf. And the man even more hyped than the both of them is Sanji, because their form of travel towards Upper Elbaf is riding on Gerd's massive Wumba Chumbas. And I can't even be mad at Sanji. Like, usually I'll roll my eyes like, alright bro, we get it. You horny as hell and you got a leaky nose. This is getting old. But I got a feeling riding on a pair of Wamba Jambas to a place that is essentially heaven might have been a dream accomplished. Even better than finding the all blue. Like, just look at how happy this man is hugging them yonky splunkies. Like, you cannot hate on true happiness. But finally, the Straw Hats reunite and reach Upper Elbaf, and this place is just beautiful, bro. Oda cooked so hard with the design of Elbaf. Usopp is literally crying in this panel, and I don't even blame him, man. This is 20 years in the making. Speaking of how beautiful it is though, there is one more thing we have to talk about. So at the end of the chapter, there's this journal read from an explorer named Louis Arnott, and he basically goes on about how wonderful and amazing Elbaf is, but at the end warns visitors not to stay for too long. And honestly, I've heard the theories with the main idea being maybe Elbaf has a different time speed, kind of like when Peter Pan takes the kids to a new world where things don't age. And I really like this theory, and it would add to the fantasy of Elbaf. But another thing I want to point out is Shanks mentioning that he didn't have much time left to stay on Elbaf when Kid went to fight him. Shanks also said that he lost track of time while at Elbaf, which obviously could be a classic case of One Piece fans connecting stuff that doesn't make sense, but hey, I think it's interesting. And obviously, this could just be something you say in a casual conversation like, oh, I lost track of time, but it would fit the time theory, and it is Oda we're talking about. I do have a feeling though, maybe it's just something more like Elbaf being so mystical that humans might lose their concept of reality if they stay too long. But hey, let me know what y'all think about that in the comments below, because that is the end of the chapter. Also, let me know what y'all thought of Elbaf so far, because I've been personally really liking it. And don't forget, if you want, please subscribe. Anyway, like the vid, so appreciate y'all. Deuces.